I'm seeing your FHL speech, last year FHL speech. There was superb and a lot of ideas I got from that speech. And you mentioned that you suggest to Myron Golden that you have to follow my content strategy to win the YouTube game, and you don't have to promote your YouTube video to your email list and don't have to run ads and all. And because of your content strategy, Myron Golden generate a lot of views, a lot of subscriber and all. So can you please break down the with us about your content strategy, like how it look like, and the people who is watching us, how they can implement your content strategy in YouTube?
Yeah, so I think the big thing is the moment that you tell YouTube who your audience is, the moment you lose. And let me kind of explain that. So when you buy an ad, you have to be able to say, this ad is for these type of people. Here's the demographics, whatever. And it might not even be your audience. And then two, if you send a lot of traffic via email to YouTube, YouTube doesn't know if it's real traffic or fake traffic because it came from an external source coming onto YouTube. They weren't on YouTube watching the video. And so they don't know if it's trusted or not. And so for me, I want to make sure the right people are seeing it. And I want YouTube to basically say who that person is. Now, I know I said earlier, I want to really understand who the viewer is. And the best way to understand who the viewer is seeing who magnetically is connecting to your content. And so it's like, as you're defining who it is and what people respond to, YouTube can go find more of those people out there that would respond to it. So like in Myron Golden's case, he wanted to do all these promotion. I'm like, no, like, let's let YouTube figure out who your audience is. And he was able to find that his audience was actually far bigger than what he thought. He was narrowing it down. He was niching way too down, and he actually made more money, more leads, went up like 4,000%. It was like crazy. And the only reason why was because he was able to really speak to the person that really did care about his content. And so at the end of the day, my strategy is to put a plan together. And that would be really analyzing who's watching the content and why, and the type of content they engage with. And in that plan too, I would want to know how the video is going to be put together and edited that would speak to the viewer that I'm trying to connect with. And then I would execute on that. So I'd basically upload the video. I'd optimize that video. I'd optimize the title. I'd optimize the thumbnail. And then ultimately the goal of what I do is to analyze. Like, I want to analyze, did it actually work what I thought it was going to do? How did it engage? Now, I don't view it from just views. I look at very specific analytics that YouTube gives us to really understand if the viewer actually is the person that we're trying to connect with, where they're actually watching it from, the type of device that they're watching it from. I got all this information that I'm able to get context on this. So just give you a perfect example. When you go to YouTube and you go on your phone, YouTube's going to optimize for what type of content that you watch on your phone. And you might 2 hours later go to your TV on your same YouTube account and you'll get different results. And the reason why is because YouTube will actually engage with that differently than what you're actually doing on the device. So like, you're less likely to skip. You might watch longer content. That's just kind of the way that it is.
Wow, this is literally powerful thing. And the thing that you mentioned, like how people are consuming my content, on which device they are consuming, this is actually the deeper we are going, and that's how you are getting this level of insane level of result in YouTube, right? Superb.